Greetings and salutations. The Chancellor has arrived. Abacus is here, fledglings. Hello, my name is Abby Kiss, and the Elder Scrolls have foreseen my triumphant win on Morgan's drag race, where I will snatch the crown Yas Mama the house down boots. I have been doing drag for well over 55 years, and I don't feel a day over 80, if you can believe it. I believe that this season is really going to open people's eyes and change people's minds. We are approaching a new age of drag, and we are at the helm of it.
Lock your doors, draw your curtains, and hide away your kings. Mallory Mocha Marshall is in the house, and it's queens only tonight, sweeties. My name is Mallory Mocha Marshall. I am 29 years old, and while I am originally from the wondrous city of Newcrest, I presently reside in Brightchester. Life in Brightchester is fast, fun, and exciting, especially if you're new to the British way of life. I've met some interesting people in my travels abroad, and I'm proud to say that I've come away with a few good friends. To me, drag is more than just a profession or a Broadway show. It's an expression of how we view ourselves not just as queens, but as fellow queer people. It's important for LGBT plus and non-LGBT folk to come together under the banner of love, open-mindedness, equality, and most importantly, understanding.
The she-wolf has entered the building. My name is Celine. I'm many moons old and I'm from Moonwood Mill. I've performed from San Sequoia to Midnight Hollow to Strangetown and Roaring Heights and everything in between, baby. My biggest ambition in life is to become a drag phenomenon, and I think Morgan's Drag Race is the right platform to launch me into superstardom, for real.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me. My name's Clairvoyant. I'm kind of new to the world of drag, but my California psychic tells me that this is my chance at stardom. To me, drag is so much more than just an art form. It's a lifestyle. I've centered my entire life around my drag, and I feel like I've made the correct choice. At least that's what my California psychic tells me.
I followed the rainbow, and look where I ended up. I got sorted into Slytherin. Oh well, might as well win while I'm here. My name is Argyle Alexis. I am 24 years old and I am here representing the great city of Brightchester. My drag name comes from a childhood nickname that my mum gave to me when I was like 9 or 10. So every Christmas Eve we would be allowed one present under the tree. I always picked the most fashionably wrapped box. And what do you know, it was socks. Argyle socks to be exact. And so from then to every Christmas Eve after, it was socks. Alexis comes from a pet that my gran used to own. She was a small little thing. A Maltese, I think. Anyway, the memory of Alexis lives on in moi. Argyle Alexis.
How much did Miss Alexis bribe production in order to get that extended entrance? I want a do-over!
Knock, knock, open up. Father Christmas has come early and has brought you a special present under the tree. Hello, 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 hello. Your girl, Ebony Sasha Ramona Scott of Fairbanks, has arrived. My name is Ebony Fairbanks, I am 25, and I hail from Brightchester in the UK. To me, drag is like a sharp instrument. It can be a tool for learning, but it can also kick ass and take names on the main stage, not unlike a trench knife.
Would you like to back that up and repeat what you said slowly, very slowly?
Bitches beware! The spider has got you in her snare! Aranea is here! My name is Aranea. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Midnight Hollow. I've only recently started doing drag, but I feel like I have developed an authentic style and I have the talent to back it up.
Hey Aranea, why so yelly?
Look out, world, here comes Honey Marie Combs. My name's Honey Marie Combs. I'm kinda new to the world of drag, but my California psychic tells me that this is my chance at stardom. I feel like I've got a really good chance at this, and I'm not just yanking your chain either. My California psychic told me that this was going to be my one big break.
I can't believe that clumsy, obnoxious whore stole my gimmick. California psychics are my thing, honey, so let's get that straight. I was the one who met Miss Cleo, rest in peace, back at Psychic Con in 2004, and she told me that I was going to go far. That is a verifiable anecdotal fact.
Hey. It's about to get wild because Dakota Wild is the party, and Dakota Wild has entered the building bringing the party with her. Yeah. My name is Dakota Wild. I'm 24 years old, and I'm from Strangetown. My biggest hope for this competition is to, win, but I also want to party hard and maybe smoke a really good spliff, you feel me?
So Dakota Wild is the party. She's entered the building, and she is bringing the party with her, and she is the party. Do I have this right?
Salut les chiens, la reine est arrivée de l'espace extra-atmosphérique et elle est prête à reprendre sa couronne.
Je m'appelle Pomme, j'ai 27 ans et je viens de l'espace.
Puisque vous regardez la saison 4 de Morgyn's Drag Race, je peux déjà dire que vous avez bon goût. Si vous voulez que je gagne, alors vous avez un goût impeccable pour lequel je vous félicite. Vous vous demandez probablement si je suis inquiète au sujet de la concurrence et vous diriez non. Qu'est-ce la concurrence qui devrait s'inquiéter pour moi?
Konnichiwa, domo arigato. Sakura Kazama is bringing you Magical Girl Realness. Now Henshin, activate. My name is Sakura Kazama. I'm 29 years old and I'm from Bridgeport. I came here to chop suey the competition. And I've been doing drag for a long ass time. My biggest inspiration has been Lucy Liu and Blackpink. Yes, I know that they're not drag queens, but they slay. And so in turn, I slay. Time for Sakura Kazama to show these bitches how we do it in Mount Komorebi.
Mount Komorebi? Bitch, didn't you just get done saying you were from Bridgeport?
Hold up, cause things are about to get moist because the juice is on the loose. My name is Juicy. I am 27 years young. I am from Delso Valley, and I've been entertaining the masses with my mask for a very long time. And I am ready to claim that crown. Morgyn, just place it on my head. All these other bitches better watch the fuck out. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gents. The one and only Dahlia Swan has arrived. My name is Dahlia Swan. I'm 32 years young, and I hail from the grand city of Del Sol Valley. I've been doing drag for just over 10 years, and I've been loving every minute of it. My biggest dream is to be on the same stage as Galaxia, Bambina, Elle, and Moxie Mathers. You know, adding Dahlia Swan to that lineup sounds rather prophetic, don't you think?
Laser set for stunning, fabulous, and exotic extraterrestrial couture. Hello, world! The Queen of Two Cities has arrived. Zoara is here! My name is Zoara. I am 25 years old, and I hail from the magnificent city of San Sequoia. People have asked me who or what my biggest influences for drag was, and my answers are always Barbie, Vanity Fair, the works of H.P. Lovecraft, and the color electric indigo. No, seriously, look it up. It's super inspiring. Growing up, I was always found with 3 things that I deemed were necessary. Chapstick, a good pulp magazine, and my ballet shoes. Not in any necessary order, mind you, but just know that I always had these things on my person at one time or another.
You better believe me when I say that my jaw dropped to the floor and stayed there when I saw who? None other than Gran herself, Abacus.
Despite what others may think, I rather like Abacus. I think it's cool and inspiring to have an elderly drag queen compete on the show, and she's not afraid to show off her dome, so that's really alternative, and I can dig it.
Abacus girl, there's gotta be an age limit instituted at some point. Okay, you are over 100 years old, mama. How are you competing in this competition? They are casting the Golden Girls reboot. Why aren't you on that? You'd be a perfect fit for Dorothy, because you both have bitter bitch face and you're both cranky as hell.
Well, I guess when you're as big, stupid, awkward, and ugly as Miss Combs over there, you would pick a name like Honey to distract from the fact. I'm looking across the room at my potential friends and foes, but I'm telling myself, remember, you're here to win.
Okay, so who does everyone see going to top 4?
Isn't it a bit early to be speculating on the top 4?
It's just for fun. Besides, it's never too early to speculate.
If you're speculating based purely on appearance, I might recommend glimpsing into one of the mirrors conveniently located nearby.
Why would I need to do that for?
I thought checking for the visible warning signs of delusion would be helpful, but what do I know?
Miss Abby over there really believes that she has won the competition already. Like, wow, I better watch out for that one.
Oh, honestly, Argyle, I see us in the top 4, and probably Zoara and, I don't know, Sakura Kazama. She's got a certain style and je ne sais quoi about her.
Wait. Hold up. So you're saying that you don't see any of us as being top 4 material?
Well, what I'm saying is that obviously I see myself and my fellow competition as being top 4 worthy.
So basically you're saying that you don't see us as competition. Okay, work.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something upsetting towards you?
Bitch, don't play coy. You know good and well what was said, and now that feelings are felt, you're gonna act like nothing's the matter.
I think that a good majority of you are fairly green around the gales, and that with more time and experience, you can see yourselves as being a major competitor in this competition.
I already do see myself as major competitor, and clearly so does production. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Clearly, you have talent, and obviously the producers saw that in your submission video, but it isn't a guarantee of success. Now, again, I don't know what you know, and it's still early, and you could surprise us all and take the crown. Who knows?
Oh, that's a total cop-out. Now that you've been called out, your response is, well, it's still early, so it's anyone's game. That is such bullshit, because I don't know about you, but I have working ears, and it sounded to me like you were pretty confident in yourself, and only yourself.
Well, in case you didn't know, Argyle, Zoara, Sakura, and myself go way, way back. We've honed our drag together in Del Sol Valley circles, in Oasis Springs, and in San Sequoia, and in San Myshuno, and in Magnolia Promenade. So we're all quite familiar with each other's drag, our individual skill sets, and our history. And so, now you know. There was no writing off or dismissal of talent. I literally went off of what I personally know of us 4 when answering that question. So, to me, the rest of you really are virtual unknowns.
Virtual unknowns? Dahlia, my dear, there is this marvelous invention called the Internet. Might I recommend for you to browse, say, Google and look up British drag queens? The results may surprise, startle, inspire, and at the very least educate you.
You said Argyle, Alexis, Zoara, Sakura, and yourself as top 4, and then you proceeded to write the rest of us off as not competition. But when Honey commented about it, you switched up your answer to be more neutral and less pointed than it originally was.
Argyle posed a question to the room. Who do you think will make top 4? Abacus argued with her for a minute, then I have my 2 cents. Is it a bit too early for this type of question? Sure, but every season of every show of this caliber also poses this same question, so I don't think it's really that big of a deal.
Girl, don't sit there and try and turn it around on her. This is about you saying that I wasn't top 4 quality. So much so that I wasn't even considerable for the top 8.
Preach!
I didn't say that. That is not what I said.
You had no problem definitively placing Argyle, Zoara, Sakura, and yourself as top 4.
And so I didn't change anything, did I? I still see us as making the top 4, and you all are relatively new to me. And so I'm still trying to get my bearings about you, and I can't definitively state with confidence where in the competition I think that you will place. So, yes, it's a bit of being both speculative and unsure as to answer your question.
So why even say anything when you were just gonna change your answer so as to not offend the room?
So, you're mad. Okay, what do you want me to do about it? I mean, I can't undo what was said.
Whatever, it's a moot point, because at the end of the day, I know my true potential. I know that I came from the best of the best San Myshuno has to offer, and that's that. Anyway, keep sitting there looking contemplative in your cheap-looking $60 ensemble from Nordstrom Rack.
Nordstrom Rack? Shit looks more like Spirit Halloween or Party City than anything.
60? Bitch, this entire getup costs well over $300. Why are you being cute?
Just hope that we don't have to square off in the bottom, because if it comes to that, I will dance circles around your ass, and you will be on the first bus back to butt-fuck nowhere.
Oh, wow, you're coming off a bit hostile right now in this moment.
That's called confidence, honey. If you had any, you would recognize it when you see it.
I'm not more confident? I'm plenty confident, sweetie. Let me tell you, I've been doing drag for a lot longer than you, and I definitely know that I have seen more of the world than you. So why don't you go back to slurping down that cocktail and looking as tired-ass showgirl that a generic twink can be, and don't ever presume to know my strengths and weaknesses, honey, because you will come out looking the fool in the end.
Whatever you say, girl. You clearly have the monopoly on basic.
Who in the hell does this garden variety twink think she is to question my talent, my ability, and my drag when she comes in first thing looking like a background extra from the set of a cheap 90s softcore porn movie? Sure, she's young and more inexperienced, but that's no excuse for being a no-manners bitch.
Hey, Dahlia, how about you shut your whore mouth and stop projecting your cliche drag style onto others?
Dahlia Swan is an asshole. There, I said it. I've honed my drag under the best circles too, honey. House bimbo to be exact. Yeah, that's right. One of my drag mothers is the magical queen of Morgan's Drag Race, who was Dahlia's drag mother, George Santos.
You know, you've got a lot of nerve trying to come for me while wearing that basic-ass Spirit Halloween wig on your head.
Dahlia Swan is one to talk. She practically wrote the book on being basic by the look of it.
All right, dear scamps, that's quite enough for today, and for the rest of eternity. Dahlia, you stay in that corner there, and Claire and Honey, you two stay there. No more fighting. Otherwise, I will be forced to transmogrify all of you into newts. And I cannot guarantee that Juicy won't be looking for an amphibious snack if that happens.
What the hell does an old, ugly, generic bitch like Dahlia get off having such a high and mighty attitude? Well, Miss Swan, I'm going to be laughing pretty heartily after your acting grand gets your ass sent home first. Bitch.
Okay, little twink queens. The complaints department has heard your grievances and is taking them under review. You can all down a nice tall glass of shut the hell up with a side order of bitch, please.
So, how about those nicks?
Like, I can't with all of this drama so early on in the day. Like, the negativity just affects me in the worst possible way, man.
So when did you first start doing drag?
I started doing drag in 2019, to be specific.
So what did you do before drag? Did you style hair, makeup, nails?
I worked in an office and managed a political blog in my free time. I don't do design challenges. I don't do comedy challenges. I don't do live singing or acting or overtly gymnastic challenges.
So what do you do successfully? Quickly.
Listen, Grandpa, I don't have to explain myself to you, and I certainly don't have to justify my talents either.
Ah, yes, because you're Emma Roberts and Britney Spears. You don't need advice from no one. No, ma'am, not your clearly pedantic self. Well, it's just as I had thought. Trash.
You know what would actually be better than winning the first challenge? Miss Abacus shutting the fuck up.
So, what's y'all's opinions on the queens we met so far? Because I know we only met these bitches just recently and we're all still in drag. But Dahlia completely, she fucking had it out. No disrespect with those other two bitches. So, how's the mood? How we feeling? How we feeling about each other so far?
Are you looking for our opinions on the queens we've met so far? Because I already know Dahlia, Sakura, and Argyle Alexis.
Yeah, sure, bitch. You just talk about the queens you don't know yet. Like, what's your impression? What's everybody's impressions about these bitches y'all just met? Because I know you've got to have something locked away in the think tank. You got to think something. Let's hear it. I'll go ahead on a limb and say that I do not like Miss Clairvoyant, and I do not care for Miss Honey Marie Combs.
Girl, that was a given.
Yeah, kind of obvious, that one.
So far, I'm really impressed with Abby Kiss as a person, but not as a performer or a queen.
Not as a queen? Why not?
Simply put, I have yet to see her actually perform. And since this is only her entrance look, I have no idea what else she has in store. Likewise, this opinion goes for me as well. I wouldn't want any of you to get the wrong impression.
I think it goes for all of us, too, because it's still real early, and while some of us might know and be aware of one another's strengths, any of us could go home on elimination.
You know, I agree, Celine. I 100% agree with that. I'm familiar with a couple of queens here, but still, really, it's anyone's game right now. Morgan could decide any of us could go home.
So, I have a better question. Where's everybody from? And when did you first start doing drag?
Well, technically that's 2 questions, but I'm from Moonwood Mill, and I started drag when I was 19, which is like many, many moons ago.
My, so you have experience. But you're not as advanced as Abby Kiss, though, yes?
I may be old, but I'm not that old.
I'm from Midnight Hollow, and I actually started doing drag like 2 years ago, after I moved from Sunset Valley.
Girl, I always hear about Sunset Valley. What the hell is in Sunset Valley to do? There's like a pool and a school. What the fuck? How are you gonna do drag in a place called Sunset Valley? Well, I started doing drag at the humble age of 22, which was not that long ago considering the fact I'm only presently 27. And I've been doing drag where I'm from, born and raised in Del Sol Valley, honey. I've been around all the stars, all the celebs, all the drag queens and kings and theys and thems, all in between. So I feel like I've got a pretty good start. Now how y'all feeling now that you know, but you still don't know. Fellow Del Sol Valley Queen here, and I've been doing drag since I was 20 years old. I wasn't even legal to drink yet, but I was still going out and earning coin, and I loved every minute of it. Still doing drag, by the way, of course, obviously, since I'm in this show.
I'm from Strangetown, and I only just started doing drag, really.
Oh, we've got a drag baby over here.
Dakota, you're a drag baby? That is so adorable. Who's your drag mom, if I may ask?
I actually don't have a drag mother or sisters. I kind of just started doing it one day, and I liked it, so I kept doing it.
Well, don't you worry, sweetie, because by the end of this competition, you'll have plenty of sisters and friends.
Oh, absolutely, Zora. You know, in fact, Dakota, if you ever need any advice or tips or suggestions or help, you just come to either me or Zoara, and we will be happy to help.
I like talking with Zoara and Dahlia. I know they're older and more experienced queens than me, but they don't make me feel like less of a queen for that. I hate it when everyone fights and there's drama. So this little round table discussion is a nice break from that.
Man, you bitches is making me sick to my stomach. You all getting all fappy and crying and everything, like, oh, sisters, like, girl, this is a drag competition. Come on, you saying this today and the next day you're gonna be like, damn, I'm glad that bitch is gone. Like, honestly.
I'm kinda getting Parsley 2.0 vibes from Juicy. Like, she strikes me as someone who would probably rub a lot of people the wrong way. I'm from San Sequoia, and I started doing drag around 2018, and it's pretty much been non-stop ever since.
You and Dahlia Swan go way back, like you've known each other before Drag Race, right?
Oh, yes, Zoara and I go way, 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 way back. I was doing drag before she was doing drag, but we still got our first gigs around the same time, if that makes sense. Our first real gigs.
She and I go way, 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 way back.
So were you and Dahlia in, like, the same drag house together?
We're not drag sisters, but we're still sisters all the same.
That's cool, like, knowing someone long enough to consider them family and still feel comfortable enough to compete against them in a challenge like this. Like, I wish I knew someone like that.
For all of Dakota's enthusiastic questioning, there seems to be this layer of melancholy, like she's swept up in a river of lingering sadness.
Hello, hello, my newest possible magical queens on our 4th ever edition of Morgyn's Drag Race. Give yourselves a big round of applause and a pat on the back for making it just this far, just by being here on the threshold at the first challenge of Morgyn's Drag Race says a lot about each and every one of you. Now, before you get too comfortable, I want you all to think about a certain talent that you may have or may not have, because your main challenge for the night will be to participate in Morgyn's Drag Race's 2nd ever edition of Morgyn's Got Talent. Or maybe that's Queen's Got Talent. Well, either way, I and my fellow co-judges will see you on the main stage tonight, watching your talents flow. So, Be there or be square.
Talent show, huh? Well, I guess that rules out about half the girls here.
I actually can't bloody believe that it's only challenge 1. And we're already doing a variety show. Like, this is such an opportunity for me to show off like you would not believe.
I already have something in mind for my first challenge. It's going to enthrall the masses and will guarantee my victory. Wait and see.
And of motherfucking course, the very first challenge of the season is a talent show. Wonderful, amazing. Here, we fucking go, people.
So, looking around the workroom, after all of us have de-dragged, I have to say that some of my fellow queens look pretty scrumptious in boy mode.
While practicing for the talent show, my eyes wander across the workroom and steal a glance at Honey Marie Combs, who instead of actively practicing, seems content to sit on her ass and catch flies, as the kids say. I intend to rectify that. Miss Honey, was it? I hope I'm not out of line by asking, but are you very much aware of the criteria for this challenge?
Yeah, like duh. Of course I do. Who do you take me for?
Ah, of course you do, my dear. My mistake. Your response was spoken from genuine confidence, and not out of an instinct to react with hubris. My mistake, lad. Carry on.
Of course I understood the assignment. What kind of stupid cockamamie question is that?
I hate to sound like a love-struck puppy, but I find myself staring at Pomi, and I just can't help it. As a queen, she's gorgeous, but as a boy, he's so exotic and sexy and French. Pome, may I ask what it is that you will be doing for the talent show?
I will be singing an old French pop song live on stage.
I bet your vocal cords are just the best in the world.
Okay, time out, Miss Alexis. Girl, you are gonna fall overboard in lust before Morgyn even issues a winner. Like, seriously, girl, keep it together.
Juicy old coocher. Girl, what are you doing for the talent show? Spill some tea, sister.
Girl, you know, I'm doing a dance routine. I'm doing something a bit more primal, a bit more instinctual than what a lot of these other queens are doing. I'm gonna release the beast. I'm gonna let myself out there. The juice is gonna be loose, honey. It's gonna be wild and it's gonna be wet. Because you know when Juicy is out there, things get moist.
Releasing the beast, eh? That's actually what I'm gonna be doing, more or less.
Honestly, I'm dumbstruck that production would allow so many uggos onto the set of Morgan's Drag Race. Like, it would almost be an insult to the franchise if Season 1 hadn't already set the precedent. I wish there was a law barring obese, ugly, and stupid queens from ever setting foot on live television. Like, I get it, body positivity and all that, but should it come at the cost of one's retinas?
Do you know what you're going to do for the big talent show?
I'm going to do a multiple instrument performance with a bit of scream singing thrown in. What about you?
I will be performing a quick change act.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's like where you change into different outfits.
Different outfits and hair. Live on stage and all under an elapsed amount of time.
That's pretty incredible. Like, how did you get to be so good at doing something like that?
I'll let you in on a little secret. My name is Zoara, and I am that bitch. I'm also a fucking alien, if you couldn't tell. I learned about art from Lapis, like I was already attuned to the artistic world as a kid. But Lapis helped me see things from a variety of perspectives, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. Galaxia, on the other hand, showed me what it meant to be funny, and I have to admit something here. I never was very funny growing up. I was made fun of, not being funny. So Galaxia helped me make people laugh. She showed me how to use being an alien as an advantage rather than a disability. So I guess the point where my two drag moms converge would be fashion, which also happens to be my personal favorite subject. From Galaxia, I learned camp and red carpet drag. From Lapis, I learned more obscure and avant-garde drag. My takeaway from all of this is ultimately my drag is something that I must craft into myself, regardless of what influences I have inherited from either of my drag moms.
Galaxia, like the Galaxia, as in the first magical queen?
Yup. She and Lapis pretty much taught me all I know about drag, and the rest I just made up along the way to appear more clever than I actually am.
Zoara is such an amazing queen, the fact that she's chosen to do something as risque as a quick change act when every other queen is doing a lip sync is something to behold. I really admire her, and I hope to one day maybe have some sort of a relationship with her that she has with Galaxia and Lapis.
Dakota is a smart kid with a good head on her shoulders, and I know she's going to walk away with a lot of new friends and a newfound appreciation for drag when this is all done and over with.
So when did you first get into drag? What was your inspiration for your drag look?
I started doing drag like 3 years ago. My biggest inspiration was Emma Roberts' character in American Horror Story. But then she dumped Evan Peters, so now I am inspired by Billy Lord instead.
Well, would you just look at our wonderful judging panel. I don't think I've seen a more complete panel of professionals since ever. Siobhan fires, radiant as always. Are you anticipating anything spectacular tonight? Morgyn, they say that these queens have got talent, and I'm here to see what talent they have got. And if it isn't our very own drag countess, Vladislaus Straud, darling, how are you doing? Morgyn, I am on fire. Actually, I'm not. Being a very old ancient vampire, that would be quite disastrous to my health. However, I'm sure that your cadre of queens will in fact be lit, as the kids say. Yes. Excellent. And over here we have, well, Eliza, what the hell are you doing here, girl? I fired your ass back in Season 1 and locked the building and changed the locks and padlocked the doors. Why on earth are you here? Oh, Morgyn, these little games that we play where you invite me to come back on the whim that I might be able to get my old judging post back, and then you turn it around on me and antagonize me relentlessly and make fun of my hair and my face and my boobs and my... It's nice, dear. And joining us is our brand new permanent fashion expert, teen vlogger sensation and fashion expert, Jasper Harp. Darling, how are you tonight?
Hi, Morgyn. It's good to finally be a judge on the greatest reality series ever. Like, I'm not only a fan of yours, but I'm what you might classify as a super fan of all things Drag Race related. So being here on this panel today is like having my birthday, Christmas, and bar mitzvah all rolled into one.
Earlier, our queens were tasked with preparing an impromptu talent show act. I realize that it's the premiere of the season and it seems a bit early to do that, but what can I say? It's the 4th season. If we don't increase the odds, then things won't be as interesting. Alright, well, without further ado, let's do further and reveal my queens. First up is Abacus with a violin concerto. Next up is Aranea with a spoken word performance.
I'm here. But where are you? Sure, I see your body. Anybody home in that rotting bag of flesh?
Next is Argyle Alexis with a lip sync performance.
Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines, because I miss you all the time. So get away, another way to feel what you did all yourself, to know and let yourself go. You know you did lose your self-control. There's snow with the rainbow. Turn away, another way to be where you did all yourself to go. Let yourself go. Is that nice?
Up next is Clairvoyant with a live singing performance.
I said, hold up, certified freak, 7 days a week, wet ass pussy. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, nigga. Catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a kegel while it's inside, spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This pussy is wet. Come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised.
Up next, Dahlia Swan with some delightful stand-up comedy. Hello, everyone. Dahlia Swan here for some stand-up jokes. So, why did the man put his money in the freezer? He wanted cold, hard cash. Why did the man put his watch in the blender? He wanted to make time fly. And why did the man put his money in the blender? He wanted to make the money fly. On another note, y'all might have noticed that my name is Dahlia Swan. Swan, you know, the bird, the very pretty, there's a princess based off of it. Well, I come from a family of ugly ducklings. But I'm a swan. So did everybody watch last season of Morgan's Drag Race? What's up with Moxie Mathers? She won, all right, with having her drag mother be George Santos. You know, what I can't stand is that these politicians can't keep their hands to themselves. You know, like Matt Gaetz. Reminds me of my cousin who cannot keep his hand to himself, and I had to file a restraining order on him. My cousin is also Matt Gaetz. And up next is Dakota Wild with a multi-instrument performance. Next up, it's Ebony M.F. Fairbanks with a dance routine. Honey Marie Combs with a stand-up comedy routine.
Hi. Hello, everyone. How are we doing tonight? Are we ready for some jokes? So what's the deal with streaming services, like StarFang Presents Plus? I can just as easily open up Kazaa or go to the Pirate Bay and watch it for free. I know, right? Mind blown. Have you seen the news lately about all of these mandates because of the supposed hamster flu? Well, if you're a certified truther like me, then you already know that the X-board on 4chan has already debunked that shit as a hoax. That's right. The only people getting sick are the ones who had the seafood option at Sizzler. Speaking of government incompetence, when is President Moneygrub going to send us our restitution checks? Sure, I voted for him, but I was informed that I would be getting paid for my civic duty. Where's my check, Moneygrub? I want a PS5. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great, albeit quiet crowd tonight.
Up next is Juicy O Couture with a dance routine. Next is Mallory Mocha Marshall with a lip sync performance. Is Palm with a live singing of a classical French song.
Moi, je m'appelle Lolita Lo, ou bien Lola, du pareil au même, moi je m'appelle Lolita. Quand je rêve au loup, c'est Lola, qui saigne quand fourche ma langue. J'ai là, un fou rire, aussi fou qu'un phénomène. Je m'appelle Lolita l'eau de vie, l'eau aux amours diluviennes. C'est pas ma faute, et quand je donne ma langue au chat, je vois les autres, tout prêts à se jeter sur moi. C'est pas ma faute à moi, si j'entends tout autour de moi. Hello Elitea, moi Lolita.
Up next is Sakura Kazama with a keyboard performance. Up next is Celine with a spoken word performance.
My name is Celine. I am a queen. I am a wolf. I am the Wolf Queen!
is Zoara with an astonishing quick change act.
I want to show the judges, especially Morgyn Ember, that I, Abacus, am not only a future queen of the world, but also the future magical queen.
I am strutting my stuff down that runway, looking the judges directly in the eyes, and I'm saying, "Crown me, baby, make me your queen. All with my eyes, mind you."
The spider is weaving her way through the stage, and the judges are mesmerized by her arachnid beauty. Arania has this cinched and in the bag, baby.
Honey, you know that whenever you see me waltzing down the runway that these legs were made to serve. Yes, Mama God.
Dahlia Swan is not just giving you future magical queen, honey. She is giving you goddess of the golden world. That's me, Dahlia Swan, for all to see.
I know I pride myself on being a party girl, but Dakota also likes to be a down-to-earth girly girl from time to time.
It's kind of sad how when you look around the room and remember that the theme is Future Queen of the World, I'm like really the only one about that even remotely looks futuristic in it.
Honey, my runway's not just giving you Honey Marie, but it's also giving you Empress.
When Juicy hit that runway, when those kitten heels hit the catwalk, honey, it is not a catwalk anymore, honey. It is a tiger trap, honey. This queen trapped all the tigers, but that's beside the point. I'm showing them that I'm not just chunky, I'm not just funky, honey. I am that queen. I am thick, I'm beautiful, I'm bootylicious, honey. I'm gonna get that crown one way or the other, the juicy way. I make it extra thick, I make it extra juicy. You know I make it cream, honey.
So I thought about the concept of future queen of the world and what that means to me. As I put pen to paper and began constructing this ensemble look, I remembered every instance of drag I partook in as a youth, every instance of resentment, hate, and rejection from those I once called family. I'm wearing an outfit I designed that says, "The future is drag, and Mallory Mocha Marshall will be at the helm of it. Oh, believe it, honey."
Category is Future Queen of the World, and Pomme is serving Future Queen of the Universe, Honey.
I'm showing the judges that their search for the next magical queen can be at rest, for the future magical queen stands before them, for she is I, Sakura Kazama.
Girl, my runway is wild. I feel so fierce and feminine while still maintaining the beast.
Alien Queen, honey that's been done 100 times before, I'm serving you Alien Goddess Extravaganza. The judges are gagged, gooped, and mogged for days, hun.
Thank you, ladies, for that wonderful talent show and runway. You may return to the lounge for a drink while we judges deliberate. Well, let me just be the first to say that I think it is great that this competition is being rounded out by seasoned veterans such as myself and virtual gnomes. It's gonna be great this year.
Hey, Dahlia, how about you shut your whore mouth and stop projecting your cliche drag style onto others?
Mother, the little scamps are bickering again.
You know what really grinds my gears? Messy assholes thinking that they belong on the grand stage that is Morgan's Drag Race. Like, seriously, thank God that I'm here to tell these stank bitches how it is.
Oh, clairvoyant, a word of advice. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
You know, despite me being a bit on the anxious side earlier, I think I did pretty well during my routine. I think I might have actually pulled it off. Haha.
Oh, she is so delusional, the poor girl. She's beyond help.
Do I do drag? Yes. Am I a queen? Also yes. But am I sickening? Yes, yes, and yes again.
Delusion, she convinced herself.
Clairvoyant. Yeah, that's an interesting one there. Like, she doesn't have any sense of self-awareness, like, at all. I can't tell you who will make top 4, but I can say that Claire or Honey is definitely going home early.
In all my years as a seasoned drag performer, have I ever understood the concept of marketing oneself after a pastiche Hollywood persona? Does no one in modern drag have the je ne sais quoi to go about forging their own template for drag?
I feel like I did really well for my talent show, performance. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I won the challenge.
I mean, if you consider lip syncing to be a talent, then more power to you, girl!
I do, and it is. I mean, it is the basis for which all drag queens earn their keep.
Miss Alexis, I would have to disagree with your position. For you see that many drag queens make due by singing live, dancing, playing an instrument, and performing stand-up. Your assertion that lip-syncing is the basis for all drag queens is naive at best, and dangerously ignorant at worst.
I think we've just entered round 2 of the drag queen fight, this time featuring Abby Kiss and Argyle Alexis.
Oh, what? Are you gonna cross-examine me now, Gran? Anyway, you all knew what I was getting at, yeah?
Oh no, I've said my piece. And you may return to the earthly splendors of ignorance and naivety.
Oh, Argyle socks Alexis. She can easily be my biggest competition this season, easily.
Honestly, I couldn't really give a toss what other queens do when it comes to their drag. Like, I get it might be modern, it might be mainstream, but it speaks to you, and from that there is a connection, so that's why you do it. Who am I to question that? Like, honestly.
Look, I'm all for having a healthy opinion of one's abilities and whatnot, but it really seems to me like there is a delusion epidemic going about. And most of these queens have come down with nasty cases of delusional queen syndrome.
So, just between us ghoul friends, what did we think about tonight's talent show and preceding Runway? Siobhan, what are your thoughts?
I am going to be honest, Morgan. The talent show honestly feels like a fever dream. I think that my favorite was probably Zoara. I think she knocked it out of the park. I think that Ebony is a second fair one. Abacus did really well. I feel like those three are probably my favorite of the night. Then as far as Runway goes, I feel like Dahlia Swan, she made up for her terrible talent with an incredible looking runway, in my opinion.
Interesting. Jasper, our newest judge to the panel, what are your thoughts on tonight's performances and Runway?
I'm gonna be honest, Morgan. I wasn't really feeling Miss Clairvoyant's singing skills, if you can call them that. Since the music hit and she began singing, all I could think of was, when is this going to end? And then finally she left the stage. So that was good, I guess. I actually kind of thought Honey Marie was pretty funny, no cap. Like, I can relate to her style of humor, even though I have no idea what the Pirate Bay, or Kaza, is. I feel like it'd be right up my alley, for real! So I think that Zoara absolutely owned the talent segment of tonight's show. She completely wowed me and left me gobsmacked and gagging for more. Anyone agreesies? The only queens that didn't really wow me tonight were Clairvoyant, Sakura Kazama, and Arania. Also, does she have to shout every other word? It's getting to be, like, really grating, you know?
Well, I actually liked Clairvoyant's rendition of WAP, or WAP. I think it was really good. I liked it. Well, Eliza, that doesn't surprise me, and I wasn't asking you. Countess Vlad, what are your thoughts on tonight's talent and Runway?
Well, Morgan, I tend to agree with the former, with Dahlia Swan being the strongest runway, and Zorara being the best performance for the evening. Basically, the others are neither here nor there, as they did not capture my interest enough. However, I will say that Sakura Kazama was by far probably the worst talent, if you can call it that. And as far as runways go, well, everyone's compared to Dahlia's was pretty drab, in my opinion.
Okay, I believe I've made my decision. Silence. Summon forth my queens. Would the following queens please step forward? Zoara, Dahlia Swan, Honey Marie Combs, Clairvoyant, and Sakura Kazama. Ladies, you represent the tops and the bottoms of this week's challenge. And unlike prior seasons, there will be 2 winning categories: the Maxi Challenge win and the Runway win. Now, let's skip to the winners. Zoara, Dahlia Swan. Congratulations, my dears, but you are the winners of the talent show and the Runway. You are entitled to $5,000 each and your choice of luxury bedroom decor from Nighttime Sins Incorporated.
Who should pick up the very first Maxi Challenge win of the season? Why, none other than yours truly. Never second guess yourself, kiddos. You might already be a winner.
So Dahlia Swan finally gets a win on the first episode, the first challenge. Sure, I didn't win the Maxi Challenge, but I won the Runway. Everybody was gagging over my Runway. They called me Goddess, an angel. I guess technically they're not wrong. You two may, of course, return to the back of the stage with your sisters. Now, Sakura Kazama, Clairvoyant, and Honey Marie Combs. 3 of you are unfortunately in the bottom, but only 2 of you will be lip-syncing. In fact, actually, for sure, Clairvoyant, Honey Marie, neither of you entertained me in the slightest. You were so terrible. So you two will definitely be lip-syncing. And while Sakura, your talent was lacking talent, I think I found someone better to lip-sync in the 3rd place in the bottom. And that person would be our returning guest judge, Eliza Pancakes. What the hell? I am not lip-syncing. I'm not a queen in your competition. I hate this. I'm never coming back to the show ever fucking again. You bring me back every time and you make fun of me, and now you're gonna make me lip-sync? This is bullshit. I have 0 reason to lip-sync. Oh, actually, I think you have plenty of reason to lip-sync in tonight's bottom 3, Eliza. Let's just say that your job as host of What's in the Bag is on the line. And if you lose, your chances of ever coming back are in jeopardy. So you may as well just buckle up and do it. So, places. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. Good luck, especially you, Eliza, and don't flunk it up.
Being in the bottom against Honey is somewhat of a shock to me. Like, I get it, someone has to go home first. So let's make sure that Honey's the one to go.
So there is like absolutely no way, no how, 0 chance in hell that I will end up being an early out.
Baby, you can find me under the lights, diamonds under my eyes. Turn the rhythm up, don't you wanna just come along for the ride? 'Cause every romance shakes and it bends, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running, I want it.
If I were clairvoyant and Honey Marie Combs, I'd perhaps light a literal fire under my ass in order to jumpstart the metaphorical one that's hopefully going to pull me out of the bottom.
I'm watching the lip sync, and guest judge Eliza Pancakes is going all out from the onset. Meanwhile, Miss Claire and Honey Marie are just kind of, you know, taking it easy and not really doing much.
Lately, I've been moving close to the edge, still be looking my best. I stay on the beat, you can count on me, I ain't missing no steps. 'Cause every romance shakes and it bends, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Even when the tears are flowing, that diamonds yes, on my head. Yes, I can.
If that fat ass thinks she's gonna send me home tonight, well, she hasn't seen these feet at work.
Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running, I want it out of place. When my heart breaks.
Ladies, I have made my decision. Well, Eliza Pancakes, it looks like your job as host of Drag Race After Show What's in the Bag is secured after all. Congratulations, my dear, but you may chante away. Clairvoyant and Honey Marie Combs. I'm sorry, my dears, but I'm afraid that means that you have lost the lip sync. And I must ask you both now to sashay away.
I lost. I lost the lip sync. And it wouldn't have mattered because it was a double fucking elimination. I can't believe that I'm first out. Like I'm in shock right now, no cap. I might be leaving Morgan's drag race today a loser, but one day I swear I will take the world of drag by storm. You'll see. I'll have my day in court. Read my lips and kiss my ass, honeys. You haven't seen the last of Clairvoyant.
Clairvoyant, huh? I bet she didn't foresee herself being first out.
This stinks. This is total BS. Somebody is out to make a fool of me. And no one, read it, no one ski bops on Honey Marie Combs.
Now, with that bit of unpleasantness behind us, let's get together and celebrate drag and life and love. Now, everybody, let the music play and dance the night away.